Okay, this is a game called FTL, which stands for Faster Than Light. Let's go ahead and fire one up. Your beginning ship is the Kestrel. You begin with a human crew, randomized names. It says you can customize, but that basically entails changing from man to dude, from dude to chick. So, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and do that actually, because there's too many dudes aboard my ship. Let's actually make it an all-female crew with hints of lesbianism. Okay. And because it's a let's play, should we start out on easy or normal? I think we'll go with normal, because easy's for pussies. Okay. So you can only start out with 3 crew, and you don't get to choose the weapons, but I believe these can change somewhat depending on the layout of the ship. You can earn new layouts based on what you do within the game. Later on you can install drone systems which become effective depending on your play mechanisms, and augmentations do other things. So let's give a go of normal. Basically the story is not much in this game, okay? There's some sort of rebel fleet that is taking over the Federation. Whatever, they don't make that much of it, and neither do you. Basically you're just fleeing a juggernaut. It's a bit like being in the path of a tidal wave, and your task is to get out of the way, really. And you have adventures along the way. Okay, so here's your ship. O2 is your oxygen. If that gets knocked out, then slowly you're going to be running down the oxygen counter to 0. Once it gets to about 15% though, you'll see like a red sort of haze, and everyone's health will be going down as they slowly asphyxiate, and that can easily happen to you. Here, this is your FTL drive, or your engine basically. I'm going to go ahead and put Lang in the engine bay, because if the engine room's hit and the engine goes out, then you can't jump with your FTL drive. So you're going to want someone at this end of the ship at all times to guard your engine. Similarly, here are your missile bay. If this were to be put out, then you could not shoot your missiles. Okay, so basically this corresponds down here to these 3 bars. Okay, 1, and as you see, I powered that up. That 1 bar took 1 out of there. 3 goes down to 2. This has 2 bars, so use your powers of observation and be amazed as 2 bars disappear from there and lit up here. Okay, so if this little bay here were damaged at 1 point, then you'd see a little indicator here, and the Artemis would shut off, and no matter how much I'd want to click it, I would not be able to load it, because I only have 2 power at my disposal. If the whole thing were damaged, like completely put offline, then everything would be off. If I fixed 1 bar, then I'd be able to power that. Unfortunately, I'm not sure whether you can just fix 1 bar or you have to fix it all at once, but that's something we'll explore. I'll also take our superfluous pilot, Davion, and put him in the shields bay, because you don't want your shields going down in a fight. Before we get out of here, open up our ship panel. You can see we have the ability to upgrade our shields, engines, oxygen, weapon control, med bay. There's also bad design or the possibility to install more systems. I'll let you be the judge of the answer to that, and hint it is B. Subsystems down here are sort of additional ways you can power up your ship. Door system, highly recommended. You make your doors more resilient to intruders and to fire and such. Sensor, so you upgrade this all the way, you can not only have great vision over your own ship but also enemy ships, and piloting just makes you harder to hit, really. Like if you imagine if you're a thief in a World of Warcraft, you'd have high dexterity if you had high piloting. Go over to here for crew. We can see we've got a maximum of 8 on this ship, and hopefully we'll fill those spots up. Equipment, we can have 4 weapons installed. We could also have up to 4 more in cargo, although you'd probably not want to have 8 weapons on board a ship. And if you install a drone computer or something, then you can similarly install a number of drones. I think it's 2 though, or maybe 3, it's not 4. Augmentations will alter your ship's behaviour in certain ways, which can be very helpful. Okay, I'm not able to upgrade anything at the moment, but something to keep in mind is, let's say I wanted to spend 20 scrap on upgrading my shields by 1, then I'd now have 3 shields, and as you might have guessed from before, the extra shield will require power from my reactor, so I need to purchase an extra bar of reactor power to go along with that if I wanted to be able to keep my shields fully powered at all times. I've only got 10 scrap at the moment, so I can't even afford to buy a reactor bar, so we'll leave that alone for now. I'll power up my burst cannon, or my burst laser rather, and I'm going to want to try and come across 10 scrap soon so I can fill this second bar of my FTL drive. So let's go. Okay, so this is the first sort of stage in the game, the first sector. Your objective is to flee to the exit and avoid the enemy fleet, which will slowly sort of fill up this map from left to right on a turn basis as you progress along. They're basically searching for you and your ilk throughout the galaxy. Now, so you want to avoid the fleet at all times, but having said that, if you can sort of get as many of these as you go along, there's more opportunities to get more scrap, upgrade your ship. You might also find opportunities to get new crew. Similarly, however, on the downside, the more engagements you find yourself in, the more chances of losing a lot of damage and finding yourself stuck a long way from a store or the exit, which can get you killed quick. Even so, I'm going to come along here and see what I can see. For some reason there was a pirate ship just waiting in the asteroid field, as you do, so let's kill him. Pause it. Best tactic, use your missile to breach the shield. As long as the shield's up, your laser's not going to do much damage. So, we want the missile to target the shield and our lasers to target their weapons, because we don't want them firing at us. Okay, so our Artemis is a breaching weapon, basically. It pierces the shields. but since it's a